Hello, and welcome back to Knee TV. I'm Dr. Adam Rosen, an orthopedic surgeon who specializes in total knee replacement. Today, what I'm going to talk to you about is something that I like to tell my patients and call stop the plop. And what that plop is the thing that you'll commonly do, or the thing that you see people do when their knees are weak and their legs are tired. When they sit into a chair, instead of sitting down, they start to initiate the sit down and then fall into the chair. They fall into the sofa, they fall onto the toilet, which not only puts them at risk of further injury and falling out of the chair, but it in no way increases the strength in their legs. And this is one of the things that makes it difficult when they have to then get out of the chair. So these are people that commonly require you to grab their hands and pull them out of the sofa, or they'll need a walker or an armrest, or they'll do a thrust where they go from a far back sitting position to a forward leaning position to help them gain momentum to get out of the chair. So what I've found with a lot of patients is that it's difficult for most people to find an actual time throughout the day where they're going to sit down and exercise on a regular basis. So what I typically like to do is find things that they can do throughout their day, and they can incorporate it into their daily routine. And this way they may not exercise for a half hour, but 10 or 20 times a day they might do one simple exercise, which in the long run adds up to a lot of exercise and a lot of strengthening, which would help them in the long run. So the one exercise that I like to have them do is to do a slow, modified squat. Now typically we'll tell people that squats are bad, and deep squats and deep knee bends may increase knee pain in people that have arthritis. But the squat that we're talking about is going from a standing position to a sitting down position into the chair, which they're going to do anyway. What I like them to do is in a more controlled fashion. Now the only caveat with this is when you do this, you need to make sure that you're in a safe, sturdy chair or sofa or recliner, something that's not going to tip over and go backwards. Obviously nothing with wheels and nothing that's unflimsy, and also wide enough that you're not going to miss the chair as you sit back. So now I'm going to show you a couple different ways of getting in and out of the chair and things that you can do to make it a more controlled setting, and hopefully this would help you in your endeavors to increase the strength in your leg. Okay, so here we go. This is a nice steady chair. Not going to shift or move. It doesn't have wheels. So typically when I sit down in a comfortable fashion. But what you'll see with a lot of patients with knee pain and weak quads is they'll find the chair, they'll eye it up, they'll go to sit down and do the plop. And that doesn't help very much, because then when they get up, they either have to use the hands, push, they have to have a friend or family member pull, or they generate momentum and lift out of the chair. So what I recommend to my patients is when they have a few chairs in their house that are sturdy like this, every time that they sit down is to do a controlled squat. So you're going to make sure that you're centered in front of the chair, count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Becomes a nice controlled setting. So when they stand up, they have a little bit more force, and eventually they can stand up without their legs. So from the side, this becomes not against the chair, but if you sit down comfortably in the chair, you can see there's a little distance. Standing 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now in reality, a lot of patients will start with 10, 9, 8, 7, which is great, because eventually they'll get up to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and then fall. The fall becomes a lot more controlled. So there you have it. Stop the plop. Just a controlled way to do a modified squat throughout the day. Find 1 or 2 chairs in your house that are very sturdy and safe, something that's not going to give way or shift under your movement. When you start doing these, make sure there's a friend or family member around to help you the first few times. And like any exercise, before starting on an exercise program, check with your own personal physician to make sure that they feel that this is something that would be safe for you to do. Thanks again for tuning in to Knee TV. I'm Dr. Adam Rosen.